And that circle represents the vagina, and the obelisk represents a penis. Because what they do is they worship the generating principle of life, which is the act of sex.
Sexual intercourse.
Right, sexual intercourse to bring forth life. You know, so that's really what they're worshiping. That's the God that they're worshiping, the act of sex to bring forth a life.
The generative powers to keep your species going, so to speak. Yeah, it says Italy 13, including the only one located in the Vatican City. Rome 8. Ancient Egyptian obelisks. See lists of obelisks in Rome. Piazza de Duomo, Catania, Sicily. Benevento, 2 obelisks. Baboli Gardens in Florence, Italy. There's one in Poland. There's one in Turkey. There's 4 in the United Kingdom. It says United Kingdom 4. It says Pharaoh Tutmosis, the third, which is also known as Cleopatra's Needle. That's another name for the monument in D.C. We also call it the Cleopatra's Needle. On Victoria Embankment, London. You know what? Let me go on to this. Speak for a minute.
Yeah, I want to make a comment on that generative principle, which is faulty because life comes from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. The issues of death come from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. The issues of life come from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Just because you have sex with a woman doesn't guarantee the baby is going to be full of life. You have something called stillborn, where the baby's born dead. So that shows you right there that generative principle is faulty. It goes back to the Heavenly Father and the Son.
Yeah, and if the Lord don't open up a woman's womb, I don't care how much sperm you put up in there, she's not going to bring forth that baby.
Yeah, what about a woman that's barren? There you have in the scriptures examples of women that were barren. So what happened to the generative principle of life? What happened to that?
Yeah, so they made those symbols, the penis and the vagina, as symbols of life. What's they going off? They don't acknowledge the Most High.
Because they're carnal.
Yep, that's right. That's that's exactly what they are. Carnal.
Because the vagina is flesh.
That's right.
And the penis is flesh. They're carnal.
This is I clicked on Cleopatra's Needle, right? And we've been here several times. It says Cleopatra's Needle is a popular name for each of 3 ancient obelisks re-erected in London, Paris, and New York City. Now, like I said, we refer to the obelisk or the Washington Monument also as a Cleopatra's Needle. All right? It says during the 19th century, the obelisks in London and New York are a pair, and the one in Paris is also part of a pair originally from a different site in Luxor, where its twin remains. Oh, check that out. Although all 3 needles are genuine ancient Egyptian obelisks, their shared nickname is a misnomer, as they have no connection with Queen Cleopatra VII of Egypt. Yeah, she was a Greek, because she came along after she came from the line. Correct me if I'm mistaken, of the Ptolemaic line, which they took over. They took down the Greeks, and they learned their ways. Man, that's what the whole library in Alexandria, Egypt, is all about. Okay, it says, and were already over 1,000 years old in her lifetime. Wow! So this obelisk that we go to down there in the one in Central Park. Man, that's an old that's an actual monolith, man. And when you go around it, we're gonna do another thing on that. You see those Babylonian winged discs, which are Egyptian winged disc, and those crabs and so forth. And it speaks about Ra, how the writer refers to Ra and Amun Ra, the great Ra, and so forth. And it was, I think it was a Vanderbilt. Is his name Nathaniel Vanderbilt, if I'm not mistaken? Cornelius Vanderbilt. I'm sorry, Cornelius Vanderbilt, which he was responsible for having that obelisk, or Cleopatra's Needle, as they call it, to be erected in Central Park, man. There's a reason behind it, because he's super rich. They have to make deals, man. You know, I saw all those buildings that Trump has going down the West Side Highway, man. I said, this guy's juiced in, man. To have all those luxury apartments, and there's no way in the hell I can afford to live in one of those apartments, man. And that place is fully occupied, man. For him to have that type of power, that means he did a backdoor deal, man. Okay? Anyway, I'm not going to stay on this, but like I said, the power of this man goes back to the ancient Egyptians. And then it really goes back to, give me Genesis 11:1. Genesis 11:1. Somebody read that.
All right, this is the book of Genesis, chapter 11, verse 1. And the whole earth was of one language and of one speech. And it came to pass, as they journeyed from the east, that they found a plain in the land of Shinar, and they dwelt there. And they said one to another, Go to, let us make brick, and burn them thoroughly. And they had brick for stone, and slime had they for mortar. And they said, Go to, let us build us a city and a tower, whose top may reach unto heaven.
There goes the tower.
There goes.
The obelisk goes up to the heavens, to the clouds. An obelisk is usually the highest thing. In the so-called ancient Egyptian kingdom, the highest erected thing was usually a obelisk, man. Like the down there in D.C., if I'm not mistaken, the highest erected thing there, I believe, is an obelisk. Now, there's certain writings where it says the what is the statue on the Capitol building?
The dome?
but what do they call it? They call it
the Capitol Dome.
Yeah, but the lady that's on top of it.
Oh,
the statue of
Ma'at.
No. That's not the name that they go by. We know that's what it's talking about. We know it's talking about Persophones, not Lady Liberty. The statue of
the name is coming.
I think the Statue of Freedom. The Statue of Freedom. This is the common name that they use. We know that it goes back to Persophones and goes further back to Semiramis. The Statue of Freedom, which that ain't nothing but so-called Lady Liberty.
Right.
Lady Liberty in the harbor in New York, or in Jersey, as they say, they had a suit, Jersey against New York. So now the Lady Liberty is supposed to be in New Jersey now. But that lady in the harbor and that lady on top of the Capitol building is that really goes back to Semiramis,
Queen of Heaven.
the Queen of Heaven. But they had to put a modern spin on it. The Statue of Liberty and Lady Liberty and all this bullshit, man.
Yep.
So all of these symbols, like mainly if you go down to D.C., like I said, you go down to D.C., all the symbols down there, man, go back to the Assyrians, the Babylonians, the Egyptians, these ancient demons, but they don't tell a common person that, man.
That's right.
Yeah, I got something real quick. This is Leviticus 26:1. It said, You shall make you no idols, no graven image, neither rear you up a standing image, neither shall you set up any image of stone in your land to bow down unto it, for I am the Lord your power. Now, when you look up this word standing image, right, this is what it says. It's from the Hebrew word matazaba. Hebrew word matazaba. It says pillar. Mastaba, stump, pillar, as monument, personal memorial with an altar, stock stump of tree. Yeah, so it's a Washington monument.
Which,
And
by
it's
the
made
way-
out of stone. Salaka.
No, I'm sorry. By the way, it's 555 feet tall, and that's the above ground, and 11 feet below. Which, when you do the math, 666. Look at that.
Represents the 666 men that rule America in the world.
Oh, that's where they live.
That's where they live.
They live
They
in
live
Washington.
down on
Yeah.
the 1,000.